the desk, the fact that Nico will occasionally find those frags. Someone on G2 can find those openers, Jax, Amanek, whoever it is. But G2, they need to convert. If they want to take Nuke and take us to a third map, they need to work with those advantages in the best way possible.
For a second there, I got excited. I thought that HG was going to plunk right in somebody's face. Instead, Nico now has to come out here and do it the hard way. Or for Nico, the easy way. Beautiful headshots. I thought he was just going to get another one there clean. Not going to be the case. Still, they are moving their way down to this lower site. Acor going to take point. He's got the bomb, and he is not going to survive. Nexa ready and waiting for that play.
Yeah, this is a weird situation now as Nico continues to hold outside as Rops and Bemis have made their way down lower, but G2 aren't quite sure if both players are here. They check their flank briefly and now return to the scene of the crime. As Rops takes his time as well. Still a lot of clock to work with for Mousesports, but they do have to get that bomb down. And looks like Rops makes his presence known. Bemis might make a mad dash for the bomb. Oh, is he spotted? I don't know if G2 actually did catch him there. This should be a bomb plant at least. G2 are giving a lot of space on this one, and now that the tap comes out, they decide it's their time to strike. Rops is in a prime position to find a multi-frag. He takes down Nexa, looking for more. Bemis connects and takes down Jax, and G2, they're staggered in their approach right now, which is giving a huge opportunity for Mousesports in this round, and all of a sudden it has turned on its head. It's all up to Hunter at this point. One-on-one versus Bemis. Bemis playing right around that silo. Can Hunter bait him out? No, ring around the Rosie, but Hunter comes out the victor.
What a round. How does that play out so closely? It feels like Hunter had control of the situation at the end there, but the fact that Mousesports turned the 2-on-4 into a 1-on-1 is ridiculous. G2 playing so carefully, giving Mousesports so much room. Not only do they get the bomb plant, but then they get post-plant positions as well. I mean, it feels like they gave Mousesports everything they needed to make that a very close round.
Yeah, G2 are not doing the best job in some of these late round situations of taking Mouse out of their comfort zone. They are playing it by the book, and you know, when you have that kind of number advantage, it makes sense. Fundamentally speaking, just go in with your 5 versus the 2, but if you give them the plant, give them position, give them all the time in the world, then they're going to pop off in the way that pro players do.
That's what we can expect. I mean, right now, I mean, it feels like it's a fight for the high ground. You got to take the high ground, or the high ground will take you. Rops through the smoke, taking Nexa out of the fight already. This is a force buy coming in from Mousesports. They got that bomb planted. They got quite a bit of money. And so BMAS has got the AK, Rops with the Galil, decent number of nades. And there's Nico with the peek. HE behind him, and now he's at risk of getting deeged. He has to be careful here. Smoke to buy a little bit of time.
Ooh, nice tags. Oh, collateral actually. Ooh. Oh, Hunter throws the nade right at Frozen. No. Okay, Frozen's able to convert. And Jax seems unaware of this possibility. This is so curious, but Jax finds 2. Okay, he's putting up the defense that his team needs, but it's not quite enough. Frozen and Rops have control of the site. Molotov towards Amanek, and Amanek is pushing right out, goes through, and Rops snipes him from the sky as Mousesports even things up 1-1.
What are these rounds, my dude? What are these rounds? Mid-air picks, just running battles. It feels like it's just non-stop fighting for 20 seconds at a time here. This was Rops with his initial opening kill. The HE, dude, you take an HE to the head, that's gonna hurt, let alone, you know, it blowing up. What a shot in the end. So a little bit of context here as Mousesports just continue to look better and better on the map. 2 close rounds to kick things off, but for Mousesports, this has definitely been a very strong map for them. They've taken down Astralis, Big, Complexity, and FaZe. They're on a 4-map win streak right now. And well, the last one against Astralis went to overtime. By no means was it easy, but still, an Astralis scalp on Nuke is it's not a cakewalk. You got to work for that.
It's not what it used to be, but it's still it's a solid victory.
Let's say it's probably, I mean, it's still Astralis', I think it's Astralis' best map right now after the change, isn't it? I mean, Dupree looks most comfortable with the op on this map, at least.
It's up there. I think that, and actually Dust 2 has been surprisingly decent for them. Mm-hmm. But I think they're still trying to find what may be a home map.
Wow. I didn't notice this, but G2, they've played against Astralis and Heroic on this map, and they've lost 16-14 each time.
Oh, we'll see if history repeats itself. Every time they run into a top team, they just barely miss out on the victory. Now, Mousesports have gained a lot of space towards lower. It's just Nico here, but Nico comes up big. 2 kills from him, and Nexus on the flank already. He's able to find Dexter, 2-on-5 situation. Nico keeps on fighting. A 3rd headshot from him, and now Rops in a 1 versus 5, looking for a little bit of damage. Nico, he wanted to finish it all by his lonesome, which will give Rops a little taste of blood, but just that little bit.
What even is this round, Maui?
It's Nico. It's that man right there. I mean, you were talking about on the last map, sometimes you just want to see him with a deagle, and this is exactly why. Pinpoint precision with those shots. The 3rd as well as he jumped down. I think that was off camera when it was happening live, but either way, impressive hold from him, and this is the bout that we wanted going into Nuke.
Well, you have the 2 top-rated players in this tournament right now on the server. G2, actually Nico's dropped down to 2nd, but he has more maps played versus Frozen, who's sitting at the very top. But with only 7 maps played, Frozen, I mean, you know, just saying. And also, quality of competition has to be taken into account. Nico's been doing it the hard way. So, Nico, I mean, if he decides to pop off now, things are going to get spicy for Mousesports. Of course, his team would have loved for that to have happened on their map pick on Inferno. But, you know, better late than never. That's definitely it, because it's not done yet. There's still Train to come, and if G2 can force Train on Mousesports, I think it's going to get very interesting here.
Ooh, flash setup. That's what Nico was missing.
Spotted him.
Oh, yeah.
He knows somebody's silo. Knows there's a oh, there it is,
wow.
dude. Dude, I mean, Nico's, if he wants to wake up, this can get very difficult for Mousesports really quickly here. Nico's very comfortable on Nuke as well, especially because he doesn't have to worry about that op anymore. He'll let Amanek take that role, and so he can just focus on the rifle and the control of Yard. I believe that's Hunter getting caught out. No, yes, Hunter getting caught in main, his usual spot. Dude, this is getting a bit dicey. Kills going back and forth between the 2 teams. G2 stabilizing, though, by the looks of things, and that's the bomb in the open now. So Rops trying to get close. Can he find this shot? Nope. Jack's going to shut him down.
That was a cool angle by Jax there, on top of that little yellow door frame.
Doohickey?
That thing that people slide down. Yeah, that was cool. Don't really see that spot used all too often. But Nico, he didn't even really have an awful game on Inferno. He led the way for his team with 19 kills and a pretty good HLTV rating. But it's just that we expect so much out of him. We expect him to be the hard carry that he is showing in the first handful of rounds here on Nuke. And like you said, I mean, if he can keep it up, that's when this team is just at its most lethal. But nice nades between Amanek and Nico. That's some good damage early on.
It's the curse of the superstar, Maui. Yeah. You know, it's the curse of the Nico, the device,
Simple.
the Ziwu, the you know, it's just that they set the bar so high for themselves that anything below that, you know, they're still way above the rest.
Yes.
But it's not, you know, Nico level, right? It's not simple level, right?
It really does feel like, oh, Nico top frag for his team, but they didn't win. They got to do more, man.
They got to do more, yeah.
Got to do more.
Come on, I'm disappointed.
Exactly.
It's so unreasonable.
It is so unfair the way we treat them sometimes, but they keep on delivering through all of it. Now, first real gun round of this game. Rops finds a little bit of a gap here towards the squeaky door, and the outside L-bend smokes will give Frozen safe passage into Mini. He may catch off a couple players right here, and he does take down Hunter. Although Jax finds a return, it's a 3-on-3 situation, still playing around Tetris now, and the counter utility is there to slow Mousesports. In fact, Nico finds a wallbang somehow onto Rops, who was coming out the squeaky door in that moment. But there's an opportunity for Mousesports to go lower. We'll see if they choose that option.
Definitely feels like it's the winning option if they can manage to sneak their way down. Man advantage for G2 right now. And G2 electing to stick together on this one. Even going double upper as well. And man, I think that they're trying to they're gaming themselves here, Mousesports. They could go lower, but they're deciding to force issue here on the upper side. This is going to cost them. 2 quick kills coming in for G2. 5-1 on the CT side now for G2, extending that lead and forcing Mousesports into another round of eco. No bomb plants for Mousesports, man. They are, actually, I mean, it's worth mentioning, they are just not getting that bomb planted. Pistol round was the last time the Mousesports got that bomb planted. That's going to hurt.
Yeah, the money won't be great for them, but a great stop there from G2. They're showing a little bit more metal here on Nuke than they did on the early rounds of Inferno. But Mousesports, they have been a lethal team at this tournament with these Deagles. Players like Frozen and Robs have been coming up huge consistently for them. So we'll see if they're able to take out any of the players from G to find that opening. Robs almost, not quite.
Not quite. Hunter having a fun time over there. Him and his cousin working together in tandem. Amanek finds a headshot on Frozen. That was outside in the yard. And while Dexter, he's got access to the ramp, but no targets. Holy smokes, man. Dexter has got no kills, 1 assist. Acor is sitting, he's working on his secret agent license. If he goes down here. So we're seeing a little bit of a reverse here performance. Dexter was leading the pack for Mousesports on Inferno. Having a little bit more of a quiet time here at the beginning of Nuke. But it's still early days. We're not going to get too down on him just yet. Dexter, however, going to spot out Nico and get obliterated. Acor, no, robbed! Oh, he's killed before he can get a kill.
Ooh. 2 players on the fabled 0-7 for Mousesports right now.
That's pain.
Yeah, but they'll have a chance here. This is Mousesports' map pick. As a reminder, the map picks of every team at Flashpoint actually are right beneath their names on that top HUD. And I think Flashpoint has one of the best little top HUDs in the game. The fact that you can see the previous rounds, that the map picks are nicely placed right beneath the teams. It makes a lot of sense just looking at it and finding a glance. Getting a lot of information.
How much did Simi pay you to say all that?
That's why I'm here, actually.
Hooked you up, okay. We get it. They're outside in yard now for Mousesports, though. They are just looking to take this by storm. 4 players gathered up for Mousesports. And can go for the same kind of play, dropping into Mini and catching Amanek. There it is, flash into... Oh, no, wait, does he... What a recovery from BMAS. 180 instant headshot on Nico. That looked like a double kill for Nico. Rob's going to win the duel versus Nexa and Ramp as well. And they're just finding kills everywhere. Acor's on the board. Takes down Jax. That is going to sting for Nico, though. But it's not over yet. Hunter showing some fight. Catches Robs on the lurk. And there's Amanek holding in the lower halls. They came right to him. 2 quick kills back in favor of G2. And we already have the rotation from Hunter. He is a step ahead. He's going to be on the bomb site. This is fantastic. He is going to ruin the Maui.
He's already in such good position. He's able to take down Frozen, and Bemis, you set it up perfectly similar. The fact that Hunter was already there, a step ahead. So smart, man. That is just an excellent rotation from him. And G2, they're looking dominant so far on Nuke.
He's like the Predator, dude. He was just tracking him through the walls. He could see the body heat.
Yep.
It's just, he knew where to be. You know, that's why he's called Hunter, man. He's always 1 step ahead of his prey.
Exactly.
That was perfect.
The infrared vision was all on right there.
Oh, that was so nuts. What a play from Hunter. Terrific stuff. And well, now Mousesports trying to force the issue on the other side of the map. Next, they're going to get a little bit of action here. Nice Molotov, going to force him into the open. Gets a 2nd kill. But they don't decide to play off of this G2. They're not trying to rotate in Amanek to cover. Instead, they'll worry about where Mousesports can go from here. So Nico on that lower site, already ready to cover that those 2 entrances.
Yeah, Jax has inserted himself deep in the lobby. This should probably be the primary win condition for G2 if Mousesports decide to rotate on back. But Mousesports haven't made their decision just yet. So Jax is pushing even more. That's pretty surprising. Okay, he does come back now. And he's getting a little antsy. 50 seconds remain, but he finds the timing, takes down Acor. Bemis there with the trade. Hunter, though, the lone defender on the floor at A. And that is where Bemis and Frozen do want to end up. Oh, what a shot from Frozen there. That opens everything up for them. There's a chance now for Mousesports to not only get the bomb plant, but the round victory.
They've done a fantastic job of setting themselves up for success here. Nico is miles away, only just now rotating up ramp. He has no idea where the 2nd man is. So he's worried about a lurk in lobby, and that is buying valuable time for Mousesports. He's only just now made his way into lobby. This is crazy. and not going to find the man holding in Squeak Door. Instead, he's going to walk right up behind him, and it could not have gone better. He's going to catch Frozen looking the wrong way. It's all on BMAS now, 1v2, and BMAS will find the kill on Amanek, but Nico's there to secure the round. 8-1 in favor of G2 on the CT side of Nuke. This is some OG Nuke play right now.
It's
Just
feeling like it.
A total CD beatdown.
Yeah. Nuke definitely become a lot more T-sided over time, but G2 are putting up a formidable defense. They were definitely one of the best teams in the world at Nuke when Kenny S was on the roster. I'd say the form has been a little bit shakier since then. It's going to be tough to replicate what Kenny S was consistently able to output on this map, but they found their stride in this map, or this match, so far.
Oh, here we go. We have not seen this aggression yet. That's Amanek actually getting caught. Nico's willing to force it, though. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. So Mousesports were ready for that kind of aggression. It wasn't a leg shot either. Well, let's see. Now Hunter has decided, you know what, I'm going to hang around here. And that's going to end up costing him. But Nico has not given up yet either. Layers on layers of this defense out in yard. G2 just willing to consistently take this fight. And Nico's still hanging around. Frozen, Dexter, and BMAS about to come and greet him, however.
Okay. Looks like Mousesports do want to take outside. Nico really slowed them down with those peaks and that Molotov, but they still will commit towards this position. Looks like they'll be able to make their way down secret. And there is a rotation from Jax at this point down the vent. So he'll be able to make an attempt at stopping them. Rops, in typical Rops fashion, just going for the hard lurk on this round. Wants to catch out some kind of proactive play from G2 towards lobby, but that's not where the focus of this round is. It is on Jax here. Swings out, but there are 3 players there to face him, and this is a free lower bomb site.
Yeah, terrific. Terrific work here from Mousesports. They've set themselves up for success. They can get this second round. Really liking the death ball approach from them, just sticking together. Always going to be able to trade in that situation. Makes it exceedingly difficult for G2 to get anything going for themselves. And so Nico already backing off towards Garage. He's going to be saving his rifle, and this makes perfect sense. Good money for G2, so they don't have to worry about a full buy. They can buy whatever they want next round. But this was critical that Mousesports start to get the ball rolling for themselves a little bit here, and that they start to get a little bit of room to breathe. They will have plenty of bank as well themselves.
Yeah, I finally felt like Mousesports got to play a round that they liked. And they've been so good on Nuke lately at just finding an opening pick, or even when they lose it, finding a return, and then slowing the round down to a crawl and just making the right mid-round. It's something that Dexter has been surprisingly impressive at since he's moved to Europe, that even if his fragging wasn't there at the very beginning, the structure, or at least the mid-rounding, has been top-notch, and it's something that's carried Mousesports so far at Flashpoint 3.
Yeah, it was good to see. He took a lot of flack when he first joined, as if he was going to be able to replace Kerrigan. Big shoes to fill. But so far, the team has been looking very good. But now, more aggression outside here. Acor very quickly up to the top of Silo, hoping to run into Nico. Nico not going to give him the joy, though. Holding a little bit more of a passive angle instead.
Oh.
And as I say that, he rotates around to Garage and gets promptly picked. So Nico not expecting him up on Silo at all.
Yeah, that's another big opening for Mouse. Now Rops holding an angle here, but Amanek finds the return. It's going to be the lobby lurk dealt with, although there is another player waiting in Bemis. But Jax snuffs him out.
Dude, Jax and Amanek, man. The 1-2 baguette combo.
Oh, what a shot. Nice flick from Amanek there to keep control towards this control door position. And I don't even know if Frozen's going to expect Hunter now. Throws the molly into Vents, and he'll back off. Now, Hunter should know that this is going to be an A play at this point. Dexter has made his presence known, throwing that flash, and this is a simple conversion for G2 at this point. Although Frozen can be lethal here, he's between a lot of crossfires. There's no way he can clear all of them. So, great round from G2.
Terrific stuff. And that's the Frenchman coming into the rescue for G2. Jax and Amanek both getting a double in that round, hitting the shots when they mattered, and that was a very nice start to the round for Acor, but then just, Amanek and Jax wrecking them. Winning every fight after that for G2. Don't know if they're still, I think that for a while there they were rooming together. I don't know if they're rooming together anymore, if they've still got that same setup going or not.
It's hard to tell from the cams, especially.
Yeah, France had like a really hard lockdown going, made it very difficult to travel, so I think they just kind of like, that's what we're going to do for a bit. Nico and Amanek starting it off, but Rops is going to bring it back. At least man advantage still for G2, and Nico extending it. 2 kills for him this round. Very quick change of pace from Mousesports. Really looking for the fight that time. They did not waste any time at the beginning of the round.
Yeah, they wanted to take the guesswork out of that one, go for that fast mini wrap, but it was stopped in its tracks as Nico found those 2 frags. Now, Dexter and Rops, they're going to have to come up with something just purely magical. I don't really see a world in which they're able to find the gap in this defense right now. G2 are just looking so solid across the board, and the off angle from Nexa at the bottom of ramp is going to be so hard to deal with unless they find a timing. No way. Okay. He spots them out, though, tosses the molly, and he should be able to retreat. And so Mousesports are allotted some new positioning, but once again, it's so hard to convert this ramp space.
Especially because now Amanek has the angle on you. There it is, gets the shot, just so clean. Dexter's gone. Rops now in a 1v4, 30 seconds on the clock. Amanek still holding him as well, although Amanek now a little bit worried about Yard, so they weren't sure about where the second man went, and that's giving Rops a whole lot more room to maneuver with. Up the ladder he goes, though, 20 seconds on the clock, and unfortunately for him, he was not expecting Hunter on top of Hut. So 10-2 on the CT side for G2 here in this first half. This is an excellent scoreline for G2. On the CT side of Nuke, it feels like this isn't something we see every day anymore.
Yeah, even though they picked Inferno, it feels like they were actually way more prepared for Nuke. They probably saw this veto coming, actually. And this is one of the rare times it feels like in this tournament, Mousesports didn't really flex their 7-map pool. They just went with what they're strongest with, and they even gave G2 a map that they're very strong at as well. So just 2 teams playing to their ultimate comforts in this series here. And G2 are coming alive.
And bopping each other on their opponent's stronger map.
Yeah.
So
it's funny how that works.
It's funny how that works sometimes. It's just a weird situation, isn't it? But we will get all 5 alive here still at the beginning of this round for Mousesports. Smoke wall goes up outside. Frozen lurking in it, though. Is he going to be able to catch Nico? They are going to run into each other like 2 ships in the night. And there it is. Nico's making waves. Frozen realizes he is not alone. Oh, no, never mind. Hold on. What the hell is going on here?
He's beneath.
He is beneath. I got juked.
Yeah, Frozen.
It's a problem when you just look at the map.
Yeah, he has some position. Oh, he finds the timing. It's a big opening. And now Mousesports, they know it's their time to strike. They know that the pressure's on, but Hunter, he thrives in those moments. 2 kills for him. Looking for more. Acor can't find the trade because he has nothing but a deagle, but picks up one of the AKs, and now Mousesports have broken this whole map open. They get their 3rd round off of a very sneaky lurk there from Frozen to put the pressure on, and G2, they just weren't able to withstand it.
There we go. And yeah, let's see it here again as Frozen was managing to get into hell. This is Hunter. And just mad lad frag reel. But yeah, Nico not out in yard, down in the halls the whole time. I thought for a second that would be pretty entertaining who would come out ahead, but just wasn't meant to be. Nico this time is going to be out in yard, though.
Oh, he wants to at least feign that he's taking some space with that smoke there. Rops has made his way down the vent. And he might have done it silently as well. This may catch Hunter off guard. It will. That's a freebie. And Mousesports once again have the opening kill. Nico finds the equalizer, but this is a lot of space for Mousesports in these moments.
Yeah, now they're down onto this lower side. They're looking like they want to get there. Amanek is vulnerable. Smoke goes down. He's going to get a nice HE in, but unfortunately, it was too predictable. Mousesports going to dodge it. And now we're going to get a 4-on-4 retake scenario here as the bomb gets planted on B. Very difficult now for G2. So many angles they have to worry about. As you can see, they have to pre-aim everything.
Oh, Frozen already able to find Jax. Rops with a great crossfire, although Nico's able to come up with 1.
There's too many angles at that point, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, I feel like that's a situation where you just back off and save as the CT side.
Yeah, I think there's a really strong case, especially when you look at the money.
Yeah.
G2 are now going to be going into the 15th round with barely anything to work with at all.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, you get 1 kill out of it, but 3 will survive. They may have even spotted Amanek. I don't think they're going to be able to get over here. And there is good money on the side of Mousesports, but they don't want to throw away these guns. Fine, fair enough. Hold on to your AK or your AWP. And yeah, that was Rob's very quick vent dive. Good catch. They just gutted the rotation. So 4 rounds for Mousesports. And do we actually get Mousesports ending strong here at the half? G2, that'll be a frustrating turn of events if they had such a hard lockdown going to allow Mousesports to get a little bit of room to breathe towards the end of this first half. We have Nico and Amanek out in the yard early this time around, hoping perhaps to catch him out. Rops this time, other side for him. He is not by the vents, he is by the ramp, and he is going to get a bullet to the face, but it turns out he is also good at shooting heads. Nexa, gone.
Robs has been opening things up towards the ramp a few times now, and we'll see if Mousesports are able to convert. Once again, been praising Dexter for his mid-rounding ability, and there is some space for them to work with towards outside. Omenek's playing all the way in CT spawn, and Jax, he gets caught off. Bemis is able to take him down, and now that is just such a simple conversion for Mouse. Expect nothing less from them, given their form in the tournament thus far.
Yeah, they're looking super solid now. This is them firmly in control of the situation as they get the bomb planted. Nico and Amanek, no saving now. They're going to have to go for it. But by no means is this going to be easy. You can see just freaking out Amanek. He doesn't know which way to look. And, well, Rops is going to make sure that he doesn't have to worry too long. You know, just puts him out of his misery. 1v5 now for Nico. And what is an impossible retake. Trying to maintain some element of surprise. And loses the duel for health. Dexter survives around 10-5 at the end of the first half. Here is the scoreline going into the second half. But first, a break. And so welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to get into the thick of things here in this second half with Mousesports showing perhaps a resurgence, a return to form, dare I say it, at the end of that first half. They were looking a little bit dangerous. And so, Maui, do you think that they can do it? Do you think they can run it back here in the second half?
Unfortunately, as a G2 predictor, I do think it's possible. We've seen
we're all on that ship, aren't we?
Yeah, we've seen G2 lose some leads before on Nuke. But so his pistol is vital for them. I'm sure. In Frozen, he wants to get into the vent. Oh, does he find a timing? He does. He's able to get one, but oh my gosh, there's a log jam here in the vents. They can't actually pressure him. He's taking them all down. Frozen, 4 kills in the vent, and G2 just couldn't trade him out. Now Hunter, he's all by his lonesome towards outside. Acor's already spotted him. That is unbelievable.
I don't think I've ever seen that before, Maui. That is crazy.
I don't think I have either. I've seen the knife come out. I've seen that. I've seen a couple multi-frags from that, but
the full-on log jam,
yeah,
just facing them all down like that in the vents, he doesn't even believe it.
Man, Frozen, this guy, how did he, what is this? What is this? It's so ridiculous.
Full-on log jam, that is crazy.
And it's all headshots too, even though people are jumping around in the vents, making it so hard for him. He's so on point right now. How did he make that look so doable? How did G2 get into that position?
Well, I like that G2 just take the L and run with it because they have gone for a very hard eco here.
Yes.
Just, you know, Glocks. That is it. We have a bunch of Glocks for G2. So it doesn't get much more simple than this. Acor tries. And this is very patient stuff here from G2. Just kind of, you know, talking life over. Yeah, you know, that hurt. Kind of sucks. Oh, no, wait.
Oh.
We got a stop call. Yep, not live.
Yeah, it looks like there's some server issues.
Loss. So
loss,
we'll see. Hunter is. We'll see how this goes. But that is going to actually slow things down. And that was a hard eco, but they didn't show anything.
No.
Mousesports didn't see anything. No damage taken.
Nico's laughing right now. I bet him and the boys are saying, "Can we get a rematch?"
I mean, levity would be a good thing to try and get these guys going. But
I think Nico has a remote for his air conditioning that he just turned on.
Dude, Nico is he would be well prepared that way, dude.
Yeah, just doesn't even have to move. Just can change the conditions that he's playing in at any given time. And it looks like this might be a lengthy technical timeout, though, from these teams. You can see players are getting out of their chairs at this point.
Yeah, we'll get a quick. We will get a little bit of a break here, in fact. So, let's see. What do we have? Because, I mean, right now, Mousesports, they're fully geared up to just murk G2.
Oh, Nexus got his own remote for the AC. Okay. Everybody's prepared.
You don't have a remote for your AC?
I actually do as well.
Okay, that's what to say.
Yeah.
What year do you live in, Maui? You live in Los Angeles, too. I mean, I expect you to be all technically, you know, like technologically bedazzled.
You got to have one. You just got to. It just gets really warm over here.
Dude, tell me about it. When I was living in my van,
Yeah.
there were some warm nights for sure. Just like,
Oh, yeah, you did that in L.A. That is hot.
yeah, it was good. But I found some good spots, shady spots. But there were some warm nights for sure.
Shady spots.
Those are shady, as in like with trees.
Yeah, I know. Meet any shady characters?
Yeah, no, actually, it was pretty legit. It was a good time.
Oh, no one bothered you? Nice. Good to
Yeah, nobody bothered me. It was good times. I didn't bother anybody. See, that's the key. Just don't be a dick. Like,
Yeah.
Just don't be a dick. Don't leave trash. Don't make noise. Don't be a dick, and you know it'll be fine.
Just be nice. Respect your space. Respect your area.
Indeed. Wake up in the morning, wave hi to the neighbor, drive off.
Especially. Yeah. Do you say hello to people when you walk by them on the sidewalk? Do you say
Yes, I do. I say good morning. I say,
to
hello.
everybody?
Yeah. To a lot of people usually. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
obviously, if they're just like, you know, doing their thing, well, then, yeah, I'm not going to force it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I do tend to say hello to people or like good morning at least, you know. And people usually look surprised. They're like, whoa. But
Yeah.
then they look happy. They're like, oh, good morning.
Yeah.
You know, because LA is a soulless place. It's a real soulless city to live in where people don't really interact with each other.
Got more soul than New York. I'll say that. No one says hello in New York.
Yeah, but New York is just a cesspool of humanity, dude. I don't understand New York.
All these
I used
places
to think it was a great place once upon a time, and then I spent more time there, and I was like, actually, no, this place is horrible.
I lived there for 4 years. I loved it. I really loved
That
it.
says so much about it.
I enjoyed it. I feel like you reach a level of efficiency when you live there.
You do.
You do. You get your routines down.
You do.
Everything just feels like it falls in place, falls in order. I'm sure it's like the routines that a lot of these players have, where they wake up in the morning. They probably have their breakfast that they make for themselves, or maybe pre-prepared.
Sure.
And then they get their coffee.
Yeah.
And then they sit down. They do their DM sesh, their aim sesh, their demo sesh, whatever it is.
Mhm.
That's what it takes to be an elite player, an elite human.
I had to say so as well. Routines.
Yeah.
Stick to it as well. That's where the discipline kicks in.
Exactly.
You know, same thing every day. Wake up, same time. Go to sleep, same time.
I think there's something like if you do something for
3 weeks.
3 weeks, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's that easy. It's that easy to change your life. It's that easy.
Some people wish it was that easy.
I mean, you need the volition to get there, right? You need to start somewhere, and don't just do it. Don't make the excuse of doing it on every Monday. Be like, oh, on Monday I'll do it so that I can start my week like this. Just if you feel like doing it on a Wednesday or a Thursday, just do it because it'll all come together.
That's when you know if somebody's in it or not.
Yeah.
So if they're like, oh, I'll on Monday. It's like, oh, okay, so you're not actually committed.
That's a little. This is not really a heavy call out, but I remember the reason I said that is because I didn't even know that was some people's excuse until I heard Fallen talking about workout routine. I think on like a Blast interview or something, and he was like, "Oh, I just say every next Monday," and it's like, "Oh yeah, people make that excuse that Mondays are the day they'll start something new. Just do it. Just take hold of your life."
That's funny, actually. You mentioned Fallen because the first person that I think of who. It was Tommy Lurpus. Because that would drive him up the wall. He'd just be like, why don't you just do it now?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Why don't you just start it now? It always drove him up the wall. And that's why Tommy is an incredibly high achiever. Total savage. But, he gets after it.
I get for some people that it helps, to have a New Year's resolution, for example. Like I can actually get behind it a little bit if it finally gets you to the point where you'll start. But if that's how you have to kick off everything, then long-term success is going to be difficult if you have to wait till January 1st every time.
We're just like actively alienating like 90% of the viewers right now.
I know.
They play games for a reason, Maui.
Yeah. This is some real get off you. I think we're not supposed to swear for the first hour.
No, but the thing is like, I think the CS the game like caters to a different kind of gamer though. Because most of the time, I run into CS guys, and a lot of them are just getting after it. They're doing other things. Like, they're playing CS, don't get me wrong, but then they're also, like, athletic, or they're
right.
achievers elsewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's not like some of the other weeb games that I've run into where, it's just like a different vibe.
Yeah, I don't really catch as many people in the CS community just grinding for MMR, like other games, where they just want to see that number raise or the rank. Because people have kind of moved on from that. It's all about really team success if you're really striving to be better in this game. You're trying to grind the leagues, grind the qualifiers, you get these tangible results as opposed to playing solo queue. I don't actually hear too many people solo queue nowadays like they used to. In the early days of CS:GO, sure, everybody wants to get global elite, but now it's more about
that's definitely the case back then.
Get to a DreamHack Open. That's the goal a lot of people are setting for themselves. It's actually get to the point to get to a closed qualifier so you have a chance to getting to a Flashpoint or something like that.
It's possible now with all the online pathways. You get into the leagues, you get in there, you start competing, you find 5 men, you get into it. I mean, it's definitely out there. I mean, we actually had a couple of teams in the mix here. Anonymous comes to mind.
Yep.
Managing to qualify through that online pathway.
Double Pony, Sprout, yeah.
Indeed. So really, it's there. It's a possibility. Just got to stick with it and grind.
Yeah, it's that is the mentality that you love to see from some of these players. Just even though that it doesn't always it looks like an insurmountable mountain that they have to climb in order to make it to the major. Mousesports is actually here through the closed qualifier. As a matter of fact, they topped the closed qualifier. So, and they've already guaranteed a top 3 finish at this tournament. That's sensational. They didn't look at the RMR points and say, "Oh, that's too many." They just got to it. They went to work.
There we go. And now we're going to get into the thick of things once again because it's looking like we're good to go, guys. Match is live. Hunter is back. He has made a return. And we're going to get into the thick of things and see just what this Mousesports is capable of. I mean, dude, that is actually an incredible story, Maui. Getting through the qualifiers, and here we are, upper bracket finals, fighting for a spot in the grand finals. That is every team's goal. So,
yes,
let's get into it. Mousesports, they looked really solid coming out of the first half. Last few rounds looked convincingly favored towards Mouse. Now, again, same strategy from G2. Hard eco, nothing but Glocks. Hunter gonna make it seem like perhaps there could be some weird shenanigans going on. Gonna keep Dexter honest.
Yeah, we'll see if G2 are able to burn some utility, maybe find that kill. With 5 Glocks, 1 kill is always really nice. And if you burn all the nades, or a lot of them, that can be a victory of its own. But Frozen is here. He's got a couple kills. He did get dinked in the process, but a clean round from Mousesports. They don't even use all their utility. Frozen didn't use a single grenade that round. That is some discipline from him, letting his gun do the talking. That man right there, he has been playing out of his mind for Mousesports.
Oh, solid. All right, 7-10, and let's get into it now. G2, what do you have in store for us, G2? You need to have a statement prepared, ready to go here. This needs to be a solid round from you to get started with your T-side campaign. So smoke wall going up outside, A-Core with the spot. HE as well, Hunter getting tagged up. Hunter getting chunked. That got a bit spicy for him, but Nico's managed to make his way quickly down to Secret, even cheating forward on the halls. Oh, nice pre-fire. Dude, he almost had the timing. That would have been sick.
Yeah, I can't believe Frozen actually backed off the angle expecting something like that, too. He strafed away from that angle. That's some real mind games going on between these two star players. And Nico, he's made a little bit of a home here at Secret, but the rest of G2 are finally making their way towards outside. Smoke towards Mini there to give him a little bit of space, and that'll give him an opening. Ominek, nice entry onto Dexter. Bemis is behind the silo on his lonesome. He's going to have to come up huge for his team. That's a great flash to actually support him and may get the G2 players looking the other way. Excellent rotation, and Mousesports have cleaned up.
It's only Nico left. Same as it ever was.
Never quite changes for him, does it?
It is only Nico. Oh, he hears the scope. Gets the kill. Nico's ruthless, man. What a monster. But that molly going down, this is going to be so incredibly difficult for him. 23 seconds, go time. Looking for the angle, checking the usual spots. Sets himself up with the flash, and no, he has to try and make the play, and it's just not meant to be. Rob's going to catch him looking the wrong way. 8-10, Mousesports 1 round closer to tying it up. No bomb plants, Maui. No bomb plants in any of these rounds for G2.
G2 looked like they had great control here, but the rotation and the flash, that was everything for Mousesports. They got into that position with the perfect timing to support Bemis. Very well put together, good recovery from Mouse in that round.
So now, what do we got going here? As A-Core is going to be posted up on Squeak. Nobody there to greet him, however. Hunter not going to take the fight this time. Instead is Hunter setting up for some nades outside. And Nico boosted. Clever off angle. Hoping for some value, but it's not going to be, he's not going to find it just yet.
Owls don't look too interested in making an aggressive play here. But G2 have a lot of utility, so they can set themselves up to take some space. And it looks like it may, in fact, be an A execute of sorts. Or maybe some misdirection here. As Nico smokes off the mini garage entrance. And that can allow him to make some kind of wrap play. Frozen find the timing. Maybe a question, or is Nico even interested? There's a lot going on here, but it does look like it is, in fact, a hit. No, it's a drop play, but Ominek with the drive-by onto Bemis may allow safe passage onto this site here. To try to recover it is Robs. He's taking so much damage, but he's able to win the fight against Jax. Bomb has yet to be planted at this point, and Ominek decides that he might want to take some space instead of getting the bomb down.
Oh, there it is. Frozen already in position. That's not happening, Hunter, unfortunately. So that leaves Ominek and Nico together as a pair, and Nico knows that he's effectively been cut off from the rest of his team. Ominek trying to go for it. Can he find this shot? Yes, he can, and Nico takes down the flank. That's Dexter out of the fight. 2-on-2 now, Robson Frozen. And that is Frozen making the difference. Nico out of the picture, Ominek now with 10 seconds left. Not going to go for the bomb plant.
Yeah, if he had a little more time, he could have actually outmaneuvered them, gone up the vent, but he's going
Well, I guess
save the op.
he was going to buy an op next. You know, he's going to buy an op anyway, right?
Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, saving what is roughly $5,000 worth of gun is actually more than they were going to find with their loss bonus. So there's a case for that there, but that means that you're probably giving the op to Nico because he's been their T-side opper, and you know we've seen some mixed results with that. But G2, they're having difficulty not just taking the space, but really finding footing once they get it. They get on the bomb sites, but it's once they're in that yellow dotted zone that they're having so much difficulty.
Nico again with the off angle.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it's so close. Acor, though, electing to just completely give it up. The smoke wall is going to go down. He should rotate up higher. Not even going to try. Yes, okay, there he goes. Just hoping to get lucky through the smoke, but now he's going to be on high, trying to see if he can get a gap to work with over the top. Rops finding Jackson. Rops on the lurk again. That's the bomb down. What is this disaster? Rops, you mad lad, goes for another kill. He nearly gets the backstab.
Oh, finally they take him down, and okay, things have opened up here for G2. Acor can't hit the shot. Now Dexter, he has to pick up the ramp position, but G2 aren't interested. They've actually spread out the defense for Mousesports at this point, and Dexter, it looks like he just wants to clear the angle out. Nice push from Dexter. That'll give his team the advantage in this one as he takes down the opposing IGL in Nexa. He's going for a swing again, actually. Almost finds the kill on a Nico. That's a great nade. Lands on Nico. So much damage, but Hunter finally takes him down.
Do we have a rotation in time, though? Frozen is already on the lower side, okay. He'll be around here. Hunter is here, but 20 seconds left on the clock for G2. They could theoretically make it up to A if they were so quick, but they're going to go for the B site. This is it. Frozen. He's already got the doors open as well. This is a nightmare. You have you have two. You have a molly and 2 flashes, and that's the must-happen kill. That had to happen. What a play from Frozen. He dies, but he did his job. 2 kills for him, and that ties Mousesports up 10-10.
That is such a strange round for G2 where they just wait until the very last moment, but credit to Rob for pushing there into the trophy room. He's been getting more and more aggressive, especially in this iteration of Mousesports, and he just finds those perfect times to strike. A ramp in the first half, he was finding a couple openings here and there. I think only lost that duel once, but this time around, he does it on the CT side, and that gives Mousesports a huge advantage, which they are fortunately able to convert.
And G2 with no bomb plant. Dude, G2 have not gotten a bomb plant yet. What even is the meaning of this? So no bonus money. So they can't just keep pressure going with constant rifle buys. They're having to go for these deagle buys with nades and Kevlar in order to save for the following round. So we'll see if they can snag an AWP to save again for the next one. Get a kill on Acor. This really is the Rops and Frozen show, though. Frozen with 21 kills, Rops with 20 kills. We'll see if they get any more here. BMAS is trying to chime in. BMAS and Dexter getting 2 kills of their own. There's Acor dropping Nexa. And Hunter and Nico, well, it's not going to be easy.
No.
Hunter's just got this theme going with all of his skins, though. Really solid, dude.
Yeah, the green.
Color coordinated.
Yeah.
Even the Tech 9.
It's definitely appreciated.
There is no oversight here. He does not skip any corners.
G2 not really finding any space on this round. An A exec that is well countered by the utility of Mousesports. And now Nico, who is lurking towards outside trying to find something, we'll be looking for a little bit of damage at this point. But Mousesports look like they're in firm control of Nuke. They have yet to drop around here on their CT side, and I think you put it well, similar to the fact is that G2, they're not even finding bomb plants. They take so long in these rounds that when they lose the round, it's generally at the very last second when they're supposed to plant the bomb, and Mousesports are able to find the counter. They're able to stop them from even planting the bomb consistently, so that G2, they don't have that extra money. They don't have that buffer zone where at the end of the game, that's going to matter. When you don't have that extra gun round or that extra op, then you're taking away a future opportunity from yourselves.
Exactly right. The money, again, just worth mentioning, right? Money is as important as the kills. But this is going to be 11-10 now for Mousesports. They've pulled ahead. They've taken the lead on their map pick. Nico, what a fantastic headshot on Frozen. One of the heavy hitters out of the picture. He's only got 4 health, Nico. Hard to cut it any closer than that. And heck, even take. I thought that was Nico for a second. I was like, what? No. Nico's just holding. Double AWP, however, from Mousesports. This is an interesting change of strategy.
Yeah, G2 may have chosen the right round to go down towards lower. It's very difficult for any sort of retake attempt on that B site. But G2, despite taking all this space and Omanek having some position, they haven't made up their mind just yet. It's a well-timed smoke towards the door to prevent any kind of drop play from G2 at this moment. And Omanek, it looks like he wants to go up the vent. This is shaping up to be an A play from G2 with a lurk from Nico, perhaps towards Mini late in the round. But that's exactly what Mao seemed to want. They're ready for this.
All the shots through and ready for the push. Nexa's there. Dexter, however, still putting up the fight from the site itself. Not for long, though. Just getting wrapped, and this is going to be the first successful round for G2 of the half. 6 in a row for Mousesports. That's as far as their streak goes. And now we get to see if G2 are going to be the ones who start getting the momentum going their way. Rops, there isn't a whole lot he can hope to do here. Just going to chill out and cuddle up even closer to his screen. Dude, he plays so close to his screen. I don't remember him being that close to his screen normally.
Maybe he's had some more favorable angles on previous webcams. I think at this tournament and the last one, I've seen him getting pretty close.
Pretty close?
Yeah.
I don't remember him getting that close. Wow, okay.
He's seen the dark side, that getting close to your monitor actually improves your reaction time.
I don't see the trade-off, though, because, I mean, your
longevity.
Yeah, your eyesight, dude. You're going to be like Twist wearing glasses.
Oh, wow, that is a nice shot from Nico there to kick things off. Nice exec also.
Yeah. They checked all the boxes.
Yeah.
Got the mollies down, got the molly, you know, it's just that's what you want to see with that A exec, forcing them out into the open. But Mousesports now, man, despite all the wins, not the biggest bank. This will be it, the big shot. Do we see it from A-Core? He's checking for that angle from Nico. He would have been ready had Nico gotten boosted up onto the boxes this time. But it's not going to happen, and we will have just a fair exchange of shots out in the yard.
Yeah, G2 not taking too much control towards the ramp, but it doesn't look like that will even matter too much in this round. Omanek and Nico are silently making their way across towards lower. And Omanek, though, he's wrapped in towards Mini. This should be a blindside attack onto Dexter, but Nexa is the first to challenge him, and Bemis is there as well. They are cleaning up as G2 looked to pincer them from multiple angles, and there's just nothing that it seems like they can do, but Robs is there on the rotation as well. Nico at heaven at this point, but he's a 1v3, and Robs has read his position. And Mousesports, they recover. Despite the positional disadvantage, Mousesports fought themselves out of that one so well.
Yeah, you could really see why this is Mousesports' map right now. They just seem to be so comfortable holding these upper sites, not giving any room for G2 to work with. BMAS and Dexter, this combo on the upper side has just been working so well. It doesn't feel like G2 are capable of much, and so G2 not able to chain any rounds together, not even able to get a bomb plant in that round. They've had one bomb plant this entire half, and this is going to be a tactical timeout getting called by G2. Who's doing the majority of the talking, though?
Yeah, I think they're at maybe a loss for ideas. Looks like Hunter's chiming in with something here. Maybe he's got a read towards his position. He's generally towards lobby, so maybe he thinks that there's some kind of pick to be made on that A site, maybe a slightly drier approach. But now we're into a technical timeout on top of that. And it looks like can't quite tell what the issue is just yet.
We don't know yet. Admins are inquiring.
Yeah, but G2 have been really stumped in this half, and Mousesports has done an excellent job on those just kind of late round site defenses. When G2 run the clock down, it hasn't been phasing Mousesports, whereas other teams sometimes they'll crack under their pressure, they'll maybe make an aggressive play for information there, but Mousesports have been just doing a great job feeling comfortable despite the time really working in their favor. It's kind of weird, actually, that sometimes you will see in those late round 20 seconds left a CT make a step that they shouldn't, go for a play that they otherwise don't need to. But I think Gambit has been a team that has shown that just holding your ground is sometimes the best way to solve a slow working team.
Wait for them to come to you. Play the clock. I mean, at the end of the day, the G2 have to get the bomb planted.
Yes.
So that's, I mean, name of the game. And their goals, right? Goals shift as the round progresses, right? CT side is obviously to stop the T side from planting the bomb, but you know where the T side have to go. One of two places on the map. They eventually have to get there within the allotted amount of time. And so your goal then, right, shifts. Once the bomb gets planted, then obviously it's different. Then it just reverts around. We're getting a bit of chatter here between the players, getting something sorted out here real quick. But hopefully that won't take too long and we'll get things squared away. Everybody is on the server. But yeah, one thing is you always have to keep that in mind, right? Eventually, they have to come to you.
Okay, we got a match medic in here to revert some kind of game state, it seems like.
Just restart this round.
Yeah, but looking at the scoreboard really quickly, Robs has definitely come alive in this game. He's on 22 kills now. Frozen, who was the star for Mousesports earlier on, still is right there beside him with 21 kills.
I wonder if Emanek knows the band M. It's a French singer-songwriter. Got a very similar hairstyle. Just saying.
Yeah, well, maybe if they take this and we get a post-game interview.
You can ask him. Yeah.
Yeah.
If we had Emanek, do you reckon he speaks English? I mean, he must.
Yeah, he was on Misfits with Sean Garris and
that's a throwback.
Devo Devek.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, where did Devo Devek go?
Yeah, that's out there.
He ain't here. He ain't walking through that door.
Well, maybe we can get an interview with Emanek instead of Nexa. It's always Nexa and Nico, and like maybe we can get Emanek on once. That'd be fun.
It'd be nice because he's had to shift his roles constantly to just fit what G2 want, and now it feels like he's actually found great footing with this kind of op role, sometimes on the rifle. Either way, he's done well.
What's interesting is that G2 continue to shift that role around. It's been Nico opping on this T side.
Yeah,
we've still seen here like,
yeah,
what's going on? Is Emanek the op or not? It still feels very weird when it comes to the AWP and G2. They're having it's a complicated relationship.
Yeah, speaking of the AWP though, Mousesports' A-Core has had a really rough series, but they're winning despite that.
I was about to say, maybe it is kind of a non-factor when you play against a team like Mousesports.
Yeah.
Because then, it's if it's a bit painful to say, obviously, A-Core, I think this picture really reflects his mood and his performance, right?
Yeah.
Kind of sitting there, slumped down. It's kind of like that meme, just the
Is that a portable speaker on the left?
It's...
He's jamming. He's jamming in his free time. I need to see more jamming in the server.
This is such a Scandinavian room.
Yeah, it's
just nothing but black and white and hard edges.
I like that you can see some trees outside, though, his window, just barely.
Dude, is this frozen? Is he still? Yeah, he is. Oh, yeah, he's just not moving. He's just sitting there.
He blinked, okay.
He blinked. He's blinking. Yes. It is not just a picture. We're not getting trolled by production.
These players are actually just locked in place right now.
Well, the thing is, in technical timeouts, they're not supposed to talk.
Right.
So it can't be used as a tactical timeout.
Yeah.
We have tactical timeouts for that. Used to be that players would call technical timeouts so that they could have tactical timeouts and use them as tactical timeouts, and then obviously we caught on to that.
Looks like they're doing a pretty good job right now of not relaying too much tactical information, which is nice. It's nice to see the rules, upheld or people respecting them.
Oh, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this will get squared away. It was looking good for a second there, but now we've had another player drop out.
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
I don't feel like this is going to help G2 at all.
No, I feel like this is just G2 stirring with their emotions even longer now,
Yeah.
where they feel like they were in control of this game, but now it's starting to. The whole series has felt like it slipped away from them in that they lost their map pick of Inferno, and now, despite the really strong start, they were up 10-2 at one point in this game, and it is 11-12. That is a crazy run for Mousesports in this game. They've actually just brought it all the way back.
I think Mousesports are just looking stronger and stronger, more comfortable. I mean, you got to see those last 3 rounds of that first half. It really felt like, yeesh.
Yeah.
Like, those were so dominant for Mousesports. It was like, oh boy, okay, is this Mousesports just, they were waiting, biding their time? And now we get to see them come into control here. It's been more of the same.
Right. It hasn't even been off the back of as many brilliant clutches like on Inferno, where we saw Bemis and Rops coming up big. This has just been Mousesports systematically dealing with the problem that is G2. They are top to bottom looking very strong at this point. I mean, not everybody in the server is necessarily fragging for Mousesports, but they're staying alive with 2 to 3, 4 players every time, it seems like, in a lot of these victories.
Dude, Nico looks pissed right now too, man.
Yeah.
He can't be pleased.
I don't think anybody's happy about the
A-Core seriously,
delay here.
please just sit up.
A-Core is just meditating, actually. He's he's okay.
It's not that bad.
He finally
You'll get over
shifted,
this.
Finally scratched his
You'll
head.
get over this. You'll perform in finals. You will. One day. Believe in yourself.
One day.
I mean, it's not done yet. This is the upper bracket final.
True.
So there's still a grand final. He can, kick it into high gear if they manage to make it through here.
Yeah. Similar. I'm curious. Why did you ditch the glasses?
Why did I ditch glasses?
Yeah.
Because I've had several friends. Because my eyesight isn't that bad.
Yeah.
I can't see far away,
Right.
but I can still see up to like a medium range perfectly fine.
I'm
It's
the
just
same. Yeah.
if I'm driving and I need to look at the street sign, it's like that's when it gets a bit squiffy. So I need to drive with the glasses. So I've had several friends who just stopped wearing their glasses, similar eyesight to me, like stopped wearing their glasses, and eventually their eyes got better.
Oh wow.
I think within reason, right? Your eyes are kind of like muscles, right? So you are training your muscles. So if you keep putting on crutches by putting on glasses over and over all the time, right? You're never giving your eyes the chance to get strong again, right?
Yeah.
So. Because I think it's, from us looking at screens for 10 hours a day,
Yeah.
you're not looking far away. And so you're not training your eyes to look far away. And so, there's like a method to it. Whatever. Long story short, they stopped wearing their glasses and their eyesight got fine. Got fine again.
Okay.
So I'm just sitting here thinking, well, I'll give that a shot.
Yeah.
Kind of fed up with wearing glasses all the time, so it's like,
I'm in a similar camp to you where I can see medium distance is just fine, but then it is like actually like reading street signs. Like when I actually take the driver's renewal test for my ID, I kind of have to squint, but I can pass it.
You can pass it? Yeah. I just couldn't quite squeak the pass.
Well, they give me a couple guesses.
Yeah.
They're nice.
They were
They're nice in Hawaii.
Yeah, they weren't nice with me. They were just like, no, sir.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, fine, fair enough. I'll put the glasses on, okay.
Yeah.
But, but I mean, to be fair.
Though. That's interesting that their eyesight improves. It makes sense.
It makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's any muscle, right? Obviously, we're not talking about just some crazy, you're blind, like NBK eyesight, right? But I mean, within reason, I think it makes perfect sense because they've had similar things in their eyesight. Like, they don't wear glasses anymore at all, not even lenses. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll give that a shot. And it makes sense if you think about it because we spend so much time training where, all of my muscle pain, my back pain, all that went away as soon, like after a year of working with a barbell.
Right.
So I'm like, well, why can't I do that with my eyes?
Yeah, that's something I think we can talk about forever.
We could talk about for a long time. We could talk about barbell medicine, man. Like, we could talk about that for a long time.
Oh, yeah. Deadlifts are why I can sit like such a gamer at my chair all day, and I feel nothing.
I don't even feel it anymore.
I feel great.
Yeah.
I have awful posture at the chair, but because I deadlift, I don't even notice.
Don't even care.
Yeah.
No, it's radical, the difference. Squats and deads, guys. Squats and deads. Do them. Don't listen to the people who say, "Oh, but you're gonna hurt your knees" or whatever. Like, don't even.
Just get a trainer for the first time. Usually when you sign up to a gym, they'll give you a free training session at almost any gym I've heard of, really.
Now we're talking about it. We're standing up, stretching a little bit here.
Yeah, we are. We're stretching a little bit.
That's yeah. Well, what are we gonna do here? What are we doing? We're not gonna switch servers, are we? Are we gonna switch servers? We might switch servers.
Okay.
We're looking like we're getting a bit of a discussion here on the server side with the admin and the players. And unfortunately, this isn't something that could have been tested out beforehand, obviously. It seems like this is just something that's cropped up here as the match was live. So
Oh, he's rejoined.
he has...
Okay, Dexter has rejoined the server.
Yeah, but he rejoined earlier as well. So
Yeah,
hold
we'll
on,
see.
let's see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
He's good. He says he's good.
Saying he's good. Okay.
Let's go. We back.
Go. Let's go. Thanks, everybody, for being patient. It's looking like we're going to get back into the thick of things here. We got all 10 players on the server. Match has been... the round has been restarted, and we are live. Let's get into it. Everything on the line here, and let's see. That's been a long time for G2 to stew, so we'll see if that has a negative impact on their game or a positive impact. Maybe they just needed to kind of sit and, you know, let the focus come back to them.
Yeah. We'll see which team comes out with the mental resilience after a very long pause. Some early smoke sorts outside. G2 still exercising their game plan. Good counter smoke from Acor, but it doesn't look like anybody will actually use that. But it may trick Nico into believing that there is some threat here. No, he just doesn't even care. He's running straight down. He trusts himself in that moment. And Acor misses an opportunity to find an opening kill, but he should be able to tell Frozen that there are, in fact, players now down towards Secret.
Oh, Molly around to the usual spot. No, this HE!
Wow.
Woo! That did some damage. Nico, Hunter, and Amanek. That is a painful amount of damage they've just taken, and we are going to get Frozen standing his ground. Whoa, calm down. Sets it up. It was all a bait. It was all a bait. They had no idea Rops was there.
Wow. Hunter now, he's been chipped down low from that nade earlier on. Rops is honed in onto his position, and Nexa has to come alive to give Hunter any chance, and he does. That's a kill on a Bemis. Hunter thought it was his time to strike, but that nade from Frozen did so much. I think every kill for Mousesports has been a body shot in this round. They don't even have to look for the headshots because that was just so much damage. And now Nexa, they knew that he just got a kill towards A, and they have triangulated his position. All three players from Mousesports are right here, and he's looking for something, but he shot right in the back of the head.
Oh my God, that was Jurassic Park for a moment there. He sees the gun barrel sticking out, and so
Yeah.
Nexa's obviously going to focus on that. And then it was on the side the whole time, Maui.
You know, I was in Jurassic World 1 and 2 as an extra. I have, yeah, you can see me pretty prominently in the second.
What?
In the first about 3 minutes of it, I have a really nice close-up of
How have we never known this? What are you talking about? I'm sitting next to a legend.
That would definitely be you, Sam. That would definitely be you.
What is going on here? Somebody need to pull production. Yes, okay, I've got production in my ears already. They're like, we're gonna find this. All right, good. We're gonna see this for the blind spot later.
All right.
Sick. 13 to 11. They're trying to confirm which movie now. They're like, wait, which one was it? I don't know. Search up his IMDb. Oh, this is great. All right, cool. Well, a lot of filming does get done in Hawaii. It is pretty much like the hotspot for filming, right? So, I forget Maui sometimes. You know, you're a Hawaiian.
Oh, yes.
Eating those Hawaiian burgers. Into ramp we go, though. This is going to be G2 trying to run down this defense. Rops, yep, he hears the footsteps and decides to back off. Nico with a nice shot onto Dexter, though, to kick things off.
Oh, wow.
And Nico just wreaking havoc out here.
Yeah, he has to do so much heavy lifting in this game. Hunter, he's figured out where Bemis is at this point, so this could be a round conversion for G2. They're doing so much damage here. It's Frozen left by his lonesome. And second bomb plant of the map for G2 in another, what looks to be round victory, although Frozen looks like he'll attempt to fight back in this one. But after a while, he's got to call it off. And because he wasn't gifted anything, that door is closed. There's very few options and possibilities for him in this round. He's going to be saving, and to G2's credit, they have been doing a decent amount of damage. There is not much money left on these Mousesports players, so this upcoming round is actually going to be pretty tough for Mouse to scrap together.
It's a chance for G2 to finally get into this half in a meaningful way. They're about to win the second round for themselves here. They finished that first half 10-5, it's worth mentioning. So this will go off. Boom. Frozen will save his M4A1, but yeah, not very much money to work with here on the Mousesports side. They could get an AWP if Dexter felt like being generous and dropping that to Acor. But I think what's much more likely is just a half-buy, play around Frozen, and go from there with a couple of nades. Yeah, so this is going to be the eco round here from Mousesports. So a glorious opportunity here for G2 to chain some rounds together, to finally start getting some momentum to shift their way. Frozen out in the yard. He has to be careful. There was an opportunity, a window of timing there for Nico to peek on him, but he just barely misses it. And now Frozen has made it down. He's worried about the vent drop. They aren't sure if that happened here, Mousesports.
And G2 are patient with this one. Looking for any kind of push. The outside smokes finally come out. Frozen has been really effective so far at Secret. And that is a chunky nade onto Nico.
Again.
Frozen is finding so much mileage with these HE grenades. And now the split towards A comes about. Dexter can't find more than a body shot. And this looks like a free sight for the taking as G2 look to even the scoreline 13-13.
Solid. Yeah, he's up to 199 utility damage now, Frozen.
I think that's pre-grenade. That's going to be updated after the round.
That'll be updated after the round. But that's against Nico with 339,
Ooh.
Hunter with 326. Between the two of them, Kovac and Kovac do not mess around. Frozen looking like he's going to be able to survive at least a little while longer. G2 do not have mountains of cash, so hunting too hard here, not the biggest fan of that idea. It's looking like Rops is going to go back off, and if they can save this AK and M4 combo, this is actually looking pretty good for them going into the next round here, Mousesports. And G2 looks like they're going to just let them have it as well.
Yeah, keeping 4 alive means that they'll at least have another gun round. G2, that is, moving forward. So they weigh the possibilities, the likely outcomes, and I think both teams right now just want to give themselves the most opportunities to close this game out. 13-13. It's heating up, Sem.
You'll love to see it, Maui. If G2 had gone down, with a whimper in the second half, I think a lot of us would have been disappointed. But here we're seeing a bit more of a roar coming out of them. They're showing some fight. They were not going to take it lying down. HE again here from Frozen. He's going to run right into Nico. This time around, Nico's able to dodge the damage, though.
It's a fast A play, though. Bemis, he's at the Mustang position, but can only get one. Great entries, although Dexter is there to recover on top of the hut. Now, Acor, it's his time to come alive. He's dropped onto the site at this point, and Hunter has no idea, but Hunter might avoid the problem entirely. He makes his way down vent silently, actually throws a smoke to block off Mini, and at this point, I think Mousesports are aware of his position. No, they're still clearing things out. They're not quite sure just yet. And Hunter, as soon as he opens this door, Mousesports should be hot on his heels, but they're silent about it. They're not going to tell him just yet that they are coming down, and that might just get the better of him. It does. Rops, he's so patient in those kinds of moments, recognizes that information is on his side, and because of that, he's able to find that kill, and Mousesports are able to find a 14th.
It must be nice having the element of surprise on your side. That's what it's all about, maintaining that as long as possible. And that is so good. That is exactly what you expect to see from Rops, who is just so excited. Acor, he's just like, there's so many nades. I get to pick all of them. Cool. HE's everything. Full set of nades for him. That is a very nice save. That puts Rops at 26 kills, topping the scoreboard on the map. Nico's behind him at 25. So very close, neck and neck right now between the two heavy hitters for these teams.
That's what you like to see, the star power in full effect right now.
Yep.
And right behind Rops, Frozen sitting at 24. And G2, they are going for a tactical timeout now. This is, I think, this is the first one that they've actually used this game, surprisingly enough.
Get out.
Yeah, they got 3 left, so.
Wow, okay. I guess all the technicals,
yeah, it just felt like
just
it.
messes with your head.
Right.
That is actually shocking that this is the first one. Well, I mean, if you're ever going to call one, now's the time. You're trying to keep Mousesports off of match point.
It's a make or break round for G2 here.
Ooh, and look at this from Mousesports, man. They go for the double AWP again here. So Rops has had a lot of success with the rifle and the flanks, but he is going to just lock down this ramp area with this AWP.
Early spam towards door, and Bemis gets the better of Nexa, who was trying to sneak on out. It's another fast play towards A, and Bemis and Dexter are here to stop everything. Hunter swings out late, but Mousesports are flawless in this round thus far. Nico's made his way down vent, but there's nothing for him to do here, and it seems like Acor even knows that he is at this position. And this is just a desperate attempt from Nico at this point. He's looking for the spam while on the ladder. Mousesports know everything they need to in this round. The bomb is at their feet on the A bomb site, and that's going to be it. 5 alive. Mousesports, after the tactical timeout from G2, just swallow them up.
Just a brick wall. G2 just ran headfirst into a wall, and it turns out that it just wasn't going anywhere. BMAS was ready for it. That Molotov in the hut as well just completely split that team up. The whole tempo was thrown off for G2. They had to walk out, and once the Molotov's clear, Mousesports are more than ready for it. So they didn't even get to see Rops' second op. Rops was like, hey, I wanted to be a part of it. Nope, no fun allowed. Out to yard once again. Frozen ready for it. Nico gonna catch Acor, so that's one early kill already. Little do they know, however, Frozen has also made his way out here. And making use of that smoke as well to close the angle off. There was a chance for Hunter to spot him, but now Frozen, he's got the element of surprise on his side. So this is how you would play it. Frozen just playing super passively now. BMAS can trust his teammate to watch his back, and so BMAS can focus fully on Squeak. And you're leaving Secret open, and that's going to be the one concern, that they can walk by. Because Dexter and Rops are not in a position to spot yard.
Yeah, it looks like G2 will methodically...
Oh, Rops is rotated up.
Oh, yeah, this is an opportunity. Oh, they're going to go into the meat grinder. Frozen's here. Rops as well. G2, despite the man advantage, have given it all up. Nico just floundering now at the side of Mini as these flashes are peppering him. There's nothing he can even do at that point, as Jackson Omenek, in what may be the final round for G2 in this series, try to put the pieces together.
And they've got a tall task ahead of them here. It's going to be so difficult. 2v4, stuck, limited utility, no smokes to create room. Omenek trying to do what he can to draw an attention to himself, but it's just not going to happen. Jax has now worked his way out onto the upper site. He knows that somebody's playing from main. Could find the headshot here. Rops has taken his teammate out of the picture. That's the bomb down, and there it is. Done and dusted. Mousesports stand tall at the end of the second map. 2-0, keeping the streak alive. They have not dropped a map yet this tournament. What a fantastic performance from them. Rops, again, with a star performance himself here on this last map. I mean, all in all, Mousesports making a name for themselves once more.
This is so impressive for Mousesports. Not only do they trump G2 on G2's map pick, they bring it all the way back on Nuke. When there was finally some adversity thrown at Mousesports, they held their ground.
What a terrific job from them. And while G2 back to the drawing board for them. They're not done yet this tournament though, guys. It is definitely worth mentioning this is a double elimination format, triple as well sometimes, depending on where you're at in it. But this means that G2 will drop down to the lower bracket final, and they'll be waiting to go up against, well, one of the teams from our next match today, Heroic or Ninjas in Pajamas. We'll be going up against them. And so Heroic versus Ninjas Pajamas, that's going to be our next match. But first, we need to hear from the analysts, and I think we're going to throw to a quick break before we get to hear from them. So we'll be right back.
We here at Flashpoint are excited to partner with Rally.io. Now you will have a chance to own a piece of history as we start the major cycle for 2021. You can head over to flashpointnft.gg, where you can buy a package that will combine a unique NFT with a holographic card of some of the players and artwork that we featured in the Flashpoint tournament. These pre-purchases are done on the Rally.io network through Flashpoint. Simply hit the link and you'll be guided through the purchase process for the combination NFT and collectible holographic card of your choice. Here's a sample of what our NFTs look like. Sexy parallaxing on the player, featured as a high-res MP4 and dark, ominous soundscape, so you can lose yourself in pixelized CSGO player glory. But this isn't just about the NFT. You'll also be receiving a collectible card of that NFT mailed to you. Every card printed is done with high-quality shattered ice holographic foil, encased in thick plastic and secured with magnetic lock, then sealed with a tamper-evident player name sticker to ensure your collectible hasn't been touched by human hands. Each NFT and holo card pre-sale is only $100 in Flashpoint, and that includes global shipping to wherever you live on the planet. Don't forget to put your full name and shipping address into your note field when you buy. Since we're going to be minting and printing all of these NFTs and cards at once, remember that you won't receive your card or NFT for 4 to 6 weeks until after Flashpoint 3 ends. By purchasing these collectible combos, you will be supporting Flashpoint, but you're also going to be supporting your favorite teams and players who have partnered with us. They will be receiving 50% of the revenues of all NFTs sold. Thanks for your support. We're really looking forward to offering you a unique collectible where you get a physical card in addition to your NFT to remember your favorite teams, players, and Flashpoint 3 artwork. Thank you very much.
Here you go, Launders. I got you one snacks.
Snacks. Give me snacks.
There you go. I got you a snacks.
Can I keep it?
Yeah, sure.
It's on camera now, so you can't take it back afterwards. You guys saw I get to keep it.
One snacks for Launders. But yes, guys, do head over to flashpointnft.gg. The price includes global shipping on the collectible, so it's the NFT, the card. We'll also be releasing some more soon. So fun times if you guys are so interested. So with that, let's talk about something interesting, which is the match that just occurred.
No, that's fine. I'll pay for my snacks card. It's cool.
That's good.
Not even a big deal.
I mean, that's great. You'll be supporting Anonymous, so good for you, Lex. Not like this freeloader Launders here.
Mine for free.
Oh, man.
That was a match that had everything to do with upper execs.
Yeah.
Can we start there?
We can. I think we want to talk about the Deagle play first, right? Because this is one of the things that's been powering G2.
Lex, back to you.
Lex likes to talk about Nico and the Deagle. So let's lead into this by describing why the Deagle is so important in the current meta.
Well, you crouch, step 1. Step 2,
Nice.
you spam to the body, and you win. But Nico does this thing that nobody else seems to be doing these days, which is aiming for the head. It's actually lethal.
We can take a look at round 3, where he aimed for heads
insane.
with the Deagles.
Very
Just
underrated.
throw it on there, man. Yeah, this was, Mousesports taking the second round. Round 3 rolls around, and Nico comes up with these headshots. Me and Launders are freaking out on the green room. We're thinking G2's running away with this one. Our Preds are saved. And, that obviously wasn't a big...
My Preds ended up being saved in the end. Mousesports continues to roll. They are now 8-0 in maps here at Flashpoint 3.
Flawless.
Which
They didn't lose before. Why would they lose now?
Yeah,
Huh?
just
It was
logic.
so obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why did we bet on G2? Come on.
Yeah, the results-based analysis is strong. But that said, they're only 2 maps away from actually just having a flawless tournament. They've guaranteed themselves top 2 as of this, and we are going to get to see G2 now head into that losers bracket, which means that they're going to be facing one of the 2 teams they've already defeated in Heroic or NIP. But
Excuse you, we like to call it the lower bracket.
the losers bracket.
The lower bracket. The below bracket.
The under bracket, as it were.
Yeah, the first floor.
Yeah, exactly. Well, let's talk about some of the rounds you were excited about because this started out very strong for G2. They're up 10-2. I was thinking my Preds
my Preds
are in ruins.
Yes.
But it turns out that my Preds were not in ruins, in fact. And you had some interesting insight on round 22 and 23 because we
Yes.
saw A execs both times from G2. So we start with 22.
Okay, let's set this up for a second. So, with the upper execs, this tells a story from both sides where G2 did a good thing by getting into an execute in this position, and Dexter kept playing out in the open on the side of the silo and eating the flash. The entries came down. BMAS was a key player in most of these rounds, and Dexter was left alone in this position, and the entries come down upstairs. And this was after getting a lower control, getting Almanac into the vent, and then putting pressure from all of these different choke points and executing around the 20-second mark, and it was just very clean overall. And this was just a successful round one for G2. And then, but this wasn't the only time that G2 ended up trying to attack upper. In fact, for most of the rounds, I think in the later portion of this map, they continuously tried to re-attack upper over and over again. And honestly, Mousesports were playing similar positions in most of these situations. BMAS was always close by Squeaky, either opposite vent or on the side of Tetris. And Dexter was actually in a compromised position in the middle of the site, ready to eat flashes, not much cover, and within 20 degrees or within 2 meters or whatever the Counter-Strike units would be of where he was in the last round. So I think that's why they kept wanting to try to attack him. But the spacing the second time around was really bad here for G2. If we take a look at the following round, where they basically have a moment where they find him upstairs, but then the second player out of hut takes so much longer to come and approach him, and he is again in the exact same position. So same approach with the outside control at first, and Dexter out here in the spot in the middle of nowhere, and he gets that first kill, and now they just have so much time to come and attack him, and no one swings from hut, and instead they let him stay alive, even though he has no cover, and his aim is split between 2 directions, and it leaves Hunter in this 1vx situation upstairs. Nico comes in after. I think we had a jump cut between when Dexter got his first kill and the second, but there was about 3 seconds, I think, where he was flicking back and forth between Mini and hut, looking for his next kill, and nobody wanted to fight him. But, no one has cover. You got to attack him then.
The biggest thing about that for me was that G2 continuously had to come back to this upper execute. I mean, Nico had free reign basically to work outside by himself. Mousesports was content to give that to him. And despite that fact, G2 just really lacked some depth here on Nuke. Every single time that they would attack the upper bomb site, it seemed like it was a copy paste from the round prior, as those 2 replays just showed. And Mousesports kind of found themselves in the same hole in the first half. 10-2 start for G2 looked phenomenal. But really, I mean, the difference in the outside lurks as well. Frozen at different times, I think on round 13, 14, and 15, found outside lurk kills. And that basically enabled Mousesports into the second half with a 10-5 instead of like a 13-2 potentially scoreline half.
This is a really big win for Mousesports because not only does it continue their win streak on Nuke, which makes them fearsome across all the Tier 1, I think, again, FaZe, Big Clan, and now G2 to name a few. Astralis are another team they beat on Nuke in this streak. But this is also revenge for the last head-to-head where G2 were one of 2 teams that threatened them on the map in general. And now this also stands in the face of their head-to-head, which is finally a win for Mousesports, and just a win on even one map, which is big. So this says a lot about Mousesports.
Yeah, not only that, but Mousesports is a team that had to qualify through the qualifier process part of this event. They didn't have RMR points from last year. They were not invited to Flashpoint 3. So every single point that they get here is extremely important for them, and they're guaranteed top 2 now, which is going to make it very hard for them to not be at the major at this point. So this is absolutely enormous for this team.
Yeah, and again, for me, this is my a bold prediction would be that this is the best coming up, the best Mousesports lineup that we'll see for the organization in their history. Whether or not that'll be true would be one thing, but now the fact that they get the major, it's like the first part of their story.
Agreed. And I think, a big part for me wondering about Mousesports being able to get it done in this series alone. I mean, Nuke really didn't seem like it was a strong map for G2 the other day, despite the fact that they pressed Heroic so hard. And I feel like the individual performances on their T side bailed them out. And I think, you didn't have that here today. And obviously, you only getting 2 rounds on the T side here. That is not good enough, especially against Mousesports.
I think what's really impressive to me is that this Mousesports team is able to come back and get into these maps. And it's like they're not willing to give up. They're not willing to go to the next match. Like they're able to play from behind. They're able to change their reads and work out how they're going to win.
Yeah.
And make the comebacks real.
I mean, like I said, in the first half, they called attack at round 12 or something like that. Totally changed up the way that they were working outside. And a key player for me was Frozen. I think he was fragging really hard throughout that game, but
Throughout this tournament.
Throughout the tournament, he's one of the top-rated players. But I mean, just sometimes your impact as a player is somewhat limited. You're stuck in situations where you're forced to trade, or maybe you get some trash alert kills late in the round if you're that outside player. But Frozen was the guy who was, riding point, sneaking basically all the way into hell 2-3 different times. Amanek getting caught out, Nico getting caught out. That kind of stuff is the stuff of, the marks of a great player being able to change up styles like that.
He's one of the best players right now, period. He is, I think, the #1 rated player at this event.
Yes, he is.
And definitely one of the best Nuke players, visibly, stats aside. And I think he's basically just right behind Rops in terms of like how elite he is on this roster right now, most reliable.
As we've watched Frozen throughout this event, it's not only his decision making that you guys are talking about on Nuke that was very impressive, but just his reaction times have been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how fast he can react to somebody coming around a corner is nuts.
Yeah, I think it's like really just just has good awareness of where the fights are going to come from, and that can spike your reaction time as well. Where if you're playing versus a player who just has good reactions, then they always look lost. But Frozen just very calmly is always looking in the right direction. Plus the fact that he's super fast makes things really hard for his opponents.
I'm curious what you guys think about him, because he's obviously not a new player, but
Yeah.
is this a new level to his form
It
that
is.
you feel like you haven't seen before?
He's getting better every year. So I think 2020 he did dip to all-time lows in terms of stats for his career, but so did a lot of tier 1 players. 2020 was a very tough year for everyone. So there's a very consistent graph where around that September mark, I think, where it was just too much in 2020. But since then, he's bounced back really heavily. He's recovered his stats. His upswing is actually unbelievable between September of 2020 and now. And he is visibly, clearly a better player. Train's getting removed. I'd say he was one of the best ladder players in the game. Now on Nuke, he's one of the best Nuke players in the game that I've seen. He's definitely becoming top tier in almost every position.
All right, well, we do have an interview with our winners here. It will be Acor joining us from Mousesports, so far undefeated here at Flashpoint, heading potentially towards his second Flashpoint title. Welcome, Acor.
Thank you.
So, Acor, I want to start off. How has it been moving from a Danish-speaking roster into an international roster for you?
It hasn't been that much of a problem for me. We tried it once with Mad Lions, and when we got Innocent.
Yep.
Of course, it's a big change, but I feel like it's been a fast we call it a fast change for me. Fast, getting used to it fast.
On this in this matchup, you guys have had trouble in the head-to-head versus G2 historically. Were you scared? How's your confidence level coming into the game?
My own confidence wasn't that great, to be honest. But the last couple of times we played G2 has been when we played 4 BO3s a day. So I don't think we've had a fair fights against them. So I think this result shows the real result we should have had.
And an individual level, did you have you didn't have your best series ever? Did you have struggles with how they
Probably
were playing?
The worst series.
Worst series, didn't feel good about it. Was there any specific reason?
I'm not sure. Don't know what happened. But I'll have to rewatch the games and see what happened. Because I definitely wasn't hitting my shots, and I wasn't in the positions I wanted to be. So yeah.
Acor, we had Dexter on here the other day, and I asked him quite a few questions about IGLing from his perspective and what it's like coming into the lineup. From your point of view, IGL steps into the scene. How is Dexter as a leader, and how do you think the team is kind of doing in terms of fitting into his play style?
I think we've all really we were all listening to Dexter, and we're just doing what he says, and he's working a lot. He's working a lot, putting a lot of work into it, and with the help of Meta, Tor, just they're putting a lot of work into it, and we're all believing in it. So,
what's the most? Sorry, I just kind of started speaking before you were done. I'm so sorry.
I'll keep going.
Okay, what's the most Australian thing that he says in Counter-Strike? Does he call things Diggity or Bruce by any chance?
We heard Diggity in the start, but we still hear some Aussie calls still, overpass short. He tried to call a fake an overpass at some point, and he said go up short, but which is the other short on banana. So it's a bit confusing sometimes. So but we all know what he means.
Nice.
So you guys have yet to drop even a single map at Flashpoint. Has this exceeded your expectations? Because you guys have been, the sensation of this tournament so far.
I felt coming into the tournament, we were at a real good point in our team. So I don't feel like it's a surprise knowing what happens in our team. So yeah.
Before Flashpoint started, where did you think your biggest point of improvement was that was going to allow you to challenge for first place?
I think that was getting all the small strats, like all the details in our strats and like our gameplay, like getting all the details down to like a point where we all know what's going on and we know everything. We just do it. It's kind of like not autopilot, but like you know all the strats, like we know everything. And
muscle memory.
When we're all comfortable with it, then yeah, that's.
I have a lot of people ask me. People when they come into my stream, they'll ask me about operas with good movement, and your name always comes up. But I've talked to you about this. Can you just clear this up for everybody? You haven't played any KZ really. You played B-Hop in Source. What's your movement background in Counter-Strike?
Most of it is from HNS, like from Source actually, not from 1.6. Like all the ladder jumpings and stuff. But I did play a lot of KC, but haven't played in like half a year. So yeah.
Well, thank you very much, Acor. It's been really fun to watch you in Mousesports so far in this tournament. You are so far undefeated on your maps as you head into the grand final. So congrats on at least a top 2 finish, if not even more. We will be seeing you once again on Sunday. So enjoy your days off to rest and prepare for those finals.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And with that, we're going to head to a brief break before we get into previewing our second match of the day, NIP versus Heroic. Going to be another good one. This is a wonderful day of Counter-Strike here on Flashpoint 3. Stay tuned.